It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Now from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
1st and 10. Here's Williams to begin with a pass. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. That's to Odunze again. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the bootleg, it's Williams. That is into the hands of Allen downfield. A pickup of 21 on that connection. 1st down, Chicago.
Well, there's fast starts, Mike, and then there's this. It just seems like it's completion after completion, and now they find themselves in plus territory. Every team has their fringe red zone down to their red zone plan, and once you cross midfield, you got to be thinking 6, at the worst 3, but you're coming away with points.
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
They run with the former Bear, David Montgomery. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Andrew Billings from the interior, there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Goff. as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
So you find yourself on the verge of your drive stalling out, and not only do you pick up the first down, Mike, but you get a huge pass completion in the process. Really nice job keeping this opening drive of the game alive as they're really trying to start this game on a high note.
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. This one caught by Patrick.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
A second down throw for Goff. He's got it at the 3.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, that is a dream for a quarterback and a receiver. Give me time to get open, and they do for the score.
I don't care who your secondary players are, Mike. You could give me the best 5 defensive backs in the league. You cannot stress the coverage for that amount of time. You have to get after the quarterback, so hats off to the offensive line. They did their job, and quarterback hung in there, and he found himself 1 for 6.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going with their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Zadarius Smith, the linebacker, in on the stop. What can they do here on third down and 7? On third down, it's Williams from the gun. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through one. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Soldier Field after this. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll run. It's Swift. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He's got his man, Carter. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
So 4th down, and the Aussie, Torrey Taylor, on to kick it away. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Lions offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to Soldier Field following this. On 2nd down, Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's gone. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's the Lions punt team now. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
He'll send this one deep for Odunze. And he will score. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Chicago. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He knocks it through. And the Bears will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now, Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Back to the air, it's Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So You know, the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. To throw is Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Goff. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the 1st half. That one picks up a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. And that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This about as short as you can get. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level 1st half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this 2nd half. Coming up. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit offense heading out for their next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Goff to throw. Throwing right. It's taken in. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
Williams in motion. Straight ahead, it's Montgomery. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Goff. I needed to get rid of it, but did not. And he'll finally be taken down.
Sometimes you just have to know when it's time to go home. You got to know when the party is over, and I'm not taking anything away from the effort. It was a great job here by the quarterback to extend this play as long as he could, but instead of throwing it away at the end, he ends up taking the sack.
3rd and 9. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. A good push from the defense. They get him down back at his own 10.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Lions have got it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. The Bears sending out their punt team, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now fair catch is called for and made right there at the 45. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. One more time for Montgomery. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
2nd down and 3. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's a handoff to Montgomery. And he will work his way to the 11-yard line. Good running and a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
A 2nd down throw for Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Williams in motion. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he is yet to find anything to lean on in this one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. 14 yards on the pickup there.
When you're game planning during the week for a mobile quarterback like this, on every down, you have to have somebody to account for him. You can see why here. He's able to escape the pocket, turn into a runner, and he can take every play and make it a big play.
And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Catch made there by Allen. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And he's out of bounds with the first down, so they get a new set of downs, and just as importantly, stop the clock.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
To throw it again, it's Williams. Completing that one to Carter. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. Here's a big one. This 3rd down. Williams to the air once more. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
He's got his man, Carter.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
second and goal. Here's Swift. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on third and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Goff. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. On play action, Goff going for it all. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Jalen Johnson had the good coverage and is able to knock that one away.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. And what a stop by this defense. They know the opposing offense has to go for it right now. There's not enough time for them to get the ball back and get another crack at it. They're trying to get in field goal range, and what a 4th down stop to all but end this game.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Williams. And that should wrap this baby up. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Down to a knee goes Williams. And that should wrap this baby up. The last two runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Down to a knee goes Williams. And that should wrap this baby up. So this one in the win column for the Bears. They put it all together against a very difficult opponent. There are not too many people who were giving him much of a shot coming in. But they rode the energy of this home crowd, got some big plays on both sides of the ball. They're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.